part
career
two.
journey. This is hopefully going to be more helpful for people. So touch
No,
wood
definitely.
anyway.
No, you will, 100%. I'm so excited about this live, but can you just tell everybody about yourself and what you do before we get started?
Yeah, of course. My name is Matthew Elliott. For those who don't know me, I'm a digital marketing specialist at Manning Global, based in Zagreb in Croatia. I moved to Croatia about 7 years ago now, and I met my wife on Tinder, stayed for love, got my dream job here, and then completed it basically. So you'll see the bunny maybe in the background going past. That's it. That's the 10-second lowdown. But that's that's part 3.
Can I? Yeah, actually, yeah. Because I just want to quickly say before we go into the topic, was it all just based on intuition then? When you wanted to go to Croatia, it was just your intuition.
Brexit, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, or fortunately, I guess it depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely have to do a part 3 on maybe love and.
You can do dating in the digital age, because we have at least 3 or 4 of our friends that have all actually met, and then some have got married from Tinder. So
okay, right, yes, that's the next one. Yeah, so tune in for that one. Right, well, today this is a very important topic. I've received so many questions and comments about this. So investing in your personal brand without breaking the bank. Can you tell us what made you choose this and why is it important for today's talk?
Well, a lot of my job now consists of being on LinkedIn, and so it made sense actually now when we have applicants that apply for jobs at different companies through our LinkedIn page, and it then just made me think about your personal brand and how you can actually use that to your advantage to actually get more jobs, basically. So this is something that I've been working on for a while, and we have the content as well, which I'll talk to you about afterwards because it goes live on our blog. So I'll be able to send links to that.
Amazing.
It just sort of made sense, basically. So
brilliant. Right. So tell us about branding then. What do we need to know?
Well, for branding, it's more than just logos and websites, basically. It's about, not to coin from phrase from Don Draper, it's about selling the story, basically. So even when you're in a supermarket and you're making choices about, say, what washing up powder to buy, you're choosing the brand because of the consistency and the quality and the journey and the story that they've told, basically. And this comes down to actually your personal brand on top of that, because this is the story that you want to tell on a personal level, basically. So,
wow, that's very interesting. Let me just say hi to Osran. Hi, Osran. Lovely to see you. And hi to everybody else.
We've got a bit of sunshine in Zagreb as well, so it's
brilliant.
For British terms, it's hot. So,
and hi to everybody else who's joining. We'll be talking about everything to do with personal branding, everything you need to know. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. So, why is personal branding important?
Well, first of all, it's about promoting who you are, and also promoting who you are, and what you stand for, your values that you communicate, what you identify as, and how it makes you unique, basically. So what I'll be talking about a little bit later on is how to use this to your advantage on your LinkedIn profile. Because we're actually coming live on LinkedIn, I think it makes more sense for me to use that platform as a selling point, basically. But just in terms of personal branding, it is really just a promotional tool for selling who you are.
Right. So without it, you can't really make.
Well, it's important because in the digital world, you have like the online footprint, basically. So obviously, when you Google someone, you can see in the Google search what comes up. And for example, my name, it's a bit corny, but it's Englishman in Zagreb. So that actually comes up. The top 2 search results are higher than when Sting played in the Balkans.
No way.
Now, that stuff, if you can control it, then it just makes a lot more sense, and actually gives you a lot more profile views, if you see what I mean. So in terms of social media, so if that's the way, just to keep it simple, basically. I can talk as well why I think it's so important as well in terms of promotion, job opportunities as well, and all this will be explored on LinkedIn, basically. And because I do the marketing for a recruitment company, Manning Global, we actually see this firsthand of how you can help with the self-promotion and how it comes to helping you actually find jobs and so forth. So,
No, brilliant. No, I mean, it's just everything to gain, really, isn't there? So can you talk us through the steps, the important steps to building your personal brand in a
Sure.
very simple way? Because yeah, simplicity is key. I definitely agree
I'll
with
take
you.
LinkedIn as an example because, like we said before, consistency is key. So first of all, across all platforms, it helps if you can have something like your profile picture the same, so you're easily to identify. You same with your
Okay.
branding for Nava, basically. You have
Yeah.
you have the colors each time, the pastel colors, and you automatically know it's you, not just from the content, but also from the logo
Oh,
and
really?
the colors that you're choosing to use as background and so forth. So when it pops on the feed, you can actually see it straight away that I know it's Jasmine's content, basically. So
Oh, I
um,
love that. Yeah.
in terms of LinkedIn, the profile really is your chance then to sell yourself, basically, because this is more than just a CV. You have the photo at the top, but you also have different parts to it, which I can help you try and optimize, basically. So, like we said before, the consistency is the key.
Yes.
And then if you can have also a custom URL for your LinkedIn page, which is easy enough to do, rather than it just being something clunky like Matthew Elliott 123465 or something. If you can get something simple like LinkedIn/Matthew_Elliott, or just simplify it in as easy way as possible, then it gives especially recruiters an easier chance to find you, basically.
Does it? How come?
Well, no, it's just a thing to remember you by. Sorry, not to actually find you, but actually just to remember, if you see what I mean. So rather than it just be someone's profile with the numbers, so many numbers, which doesn't make it very pretty, you can
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
it.
And I guess you're right. That's what it is all about, isn't it? It's being remembered, being known.
Well, this is the most important thing: is that the actual competition for jobs at the moment is so fierce. If you can have a few things that make you stand out and simplify the process to your advantage, and you can do this for free, then it makes sense, basically. The other ones that I said before, if you can optimize your headline, basically, with some keywords. So if you work in marketing, you talk about digital marketing, what KPIs you've achieved, you have like 2 sentences, basically, you can use for this. So if you can think of any keywords you can use to your advantage, it does make a difference as well.
Yeah. And
Um,
just before I forget, so we're talking about here, personal branding is for, yeah, if you're looking for a job, but also if you work for yourself, it's the same
oh no,
thing.
definitely, yeah. Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
I was only thinking more on a recruitment basis to
Yes.
find
Yeah.
jobs. Actually, like you said as well, if you're a business owner as well, and you own your own company, then it is important to brand yourself in the right way, basically. So, and just as others say, I'm just going on social media and LinkedIn because I just think it's the easiest
No,
thing. It's
definitely.
thing
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
the most. So, you also have the feature section there, which contains media links. You can put articles there. And that's just a big section. I update that at least once a month with any new
Do you?
articles. Yeah,
Is
because
it worth it then? I mean, I do as well, but I never know if
if you
people are
go
looking.
to if you go to a website each time and it hasn't changed content from time to time, um,
Oh,
do you understand? Like it does make a difference if people always want to see something new and people always want it simplified. So if you can just simplify it and give them what they want in terms of any articles, media, I don't know, even if it's to do with something like team building or KPIs, certificates that you've earned recently, anything like that, I'd always put that on the features section. So
it's always good at there. Let me just see. So hi from north of England and
oh
found
right,
exactly.
yeah.
I can't see the name. Can
Oh
you?
right. Yeah, Mr. Connectivity, James Williams, he's brilliant. He's been we've known each other since I think we met 2018 in Zagreb. We need to see you again in Zagreb, James. I'm hoping
Okay.
to come back to
So
see us. He's
he.
excellent at his job.
Oh,
Anything to
really?
do with telecoms, yeah. If you type in Mr. Connectivity or James Williams into LinkedIn, it's superb, his content. So
Oh, amazing. Yeah, because it says comes across as cheesy, but it works. Well,
yeah,
normally cheesy things do work, don't they? Because people remember.
true.
People remember. But no, yeah, thanks, Matthew. Yeah, what you're saying is super, super interesting. So, okay, so that's how to utilize LinkedIn. So basically use everything that's there.
Yeah, you have other stuff as well. I mean, it makes a
Okay,
difference as
tell us.
well if you endorse people for skills as well, and also recommendations, the more recommendations you can give to people, they're more likely to give them back to you. So you can have ones, you can make up easy templates basically that says, and
Yeah.
it shows you, it's an easy process. You go to someone's profile and then you just click and ask a recommendation. It will actually send you then for you to recommend them.
Okay.
And it's just a testimonial. So I honestly think stuff like that makes a difference when you go on someone's LinkedIn page and you can see what people have written about them, just through working experience basically as well. So
yeah, it's something that people would check for, because I guess if I was looking at a LinkedIn page, yeah, you would look at those things. Yeah.
I think it's important because any testimonial back in the day when you just had your CV, you'd have just references. But nowadays, with everything being digital, you can just easily Google someone, check social media, and this just gives them a handy reference point basically for what you've achieved recently. And it's free.
Definitely.
This is the thing, and this is why I
Well, it
never
takes
understand.
time though.
It does take time, but it's worth it, and especially if you have a template made up. There's I will put the links. I don't know if I can put it here, like you said, or I can just put it under.
No, only
I can put it
people that
underneath the feature. There's sites that we work with that you can have all this for free, basically, and all the content that's linked to what I'm talking about today is actually on
amazing.
our blog for free, so you can actually.
No, definitely. At the end, we can, and we've got lots of people tuning in on Instagram as well. So hi everybody who's watching.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Right. So yes. So tell us, what else do we need to know? So we've got, okay, make use of all the features on LinkedIn, and you're going to send us some information about that. What else do we need to know about personal branding?
That's it. I mean, from my point of view, I always just think it just is the most important thing is just to be clear, concise, and just be consistent with everything that you do. Like we said before, I know it's easy to say, but consistency is key across all your social media platforms as well. I think it's important on LinkedIn as well, but just with everything that you do in terms of your personal branding is to be consistent. So
what should we post about?
Anything. If you want to, if there's something that you've achieved recently, there's actual posting topics as well. You can go on the top trending topics on LinkedIn because that makes a difference as well.
Does it really?
But you can literally be posting anything to do with your life or what you've learned recently. The ones that do the best in terms of numbers are the ones that are the most authentic, basically, that talk about maybe challenges in the job and how they've been overcome, qualifications they've earned recently, how
people like hearing challenges. We like hearing about challenges, don't we?
Yeah. Even do you know what I mean? So there is plenty of topics. So,
but that's the thing. Sometimes there's just so much to do and think about that it becomes overwhelming.
I mean, I talked about this last time, and then
yeah, but tell us again.
To help with anyone's like how to get going in the morning and stuff. I know it's cheesy to journal, but at the same time, I use this one for my post journal, which you just fill out as and when, and then this one just for scrappy notes, basically to write down throughout the day. So this contains everything basically that I'm working on throughout the day, notes and so forth. So nothing. This just gets you in the mood for work each day. So if you can have a to-do list, and then you also have this one, which is the 5-minute journal, which just says that it's just easy, just the way it's laid out, basically. Talks about goals, affirmation, highlights, and so forth. And it just gives you a chance just to reflect on the day. And that's why it says 5-minute journal, is literally it takes only like 2 to 5 minutes to fill out. So I just find stuff like that helps, basically. If you can just make anything in life, if you can make the process as easy as possible. The reason why you're putting it on LinkedIn Live and we're not typing this out is because it's easier to watch, isn't it? So people can still be on their phone as well.
You're right. We've got to keep things simple. If we try to give ourselves, too much to do, we just don't do it, do we? We just get overwhelmed and we don't do it.
No, exactly. You have to learn off my bunny. He's in the corner, chilling now. So.
Right. So tell me, what else do we need to know? You are the king of personal branding. What else do we need to know?
Well, I think that's it from my side, in all honesty. Like, I wanted to try and keep it as simple as possible and aimed at LinkedIn because we're actually on the LinkedIn platform. But just be aware of your digital footprint, basically, and everything that you put online can be seen and traced, basically. So, like we said before, consistency in anything is key. So, and I've
Yes, yes.
outlined all this in the blog as well, basically, which will be free material. So if you go to blog.manningglobal.com, everything is actually on the homepage. So that will be there till the end of the week, for everyone
Okay,
to
well, if you can
find.
put the links,
Yeah, sure, I'll put the link.
Are you feeling okay? Do you want, because I know you're not feeling too good, so we can be honest with everybody.
No,
Yeah.
that's fine. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the best week in terms of illness. Most of my family have been ill, and then I
Yes, yes.
managed to get away with it till Sunday, and then it's been like not good since then. So
No, no, I understand. So is that it for today, or do you want to tell us any
no,
more?
I mean, if there's any questions anyone has and I can try and answer, then feel free to send in. So if there's anything, if not, then
Okay, well, I did have some questions. Like the questions that I received were mainly about, what to post and when on social
okay.
media. Yeah,
I mean, it all depends. I have different posting times. If you're talking business or personal, it's
business.
obviously for business. The most times I get for traffic are actually 10 a.m. Central European time and about 6 p.m. Central European time. This makes a big difference. These are the key times for
So
us.
you have to do it at key times.
I always do, but I have a social media calendar because that's my job basically for it. So it all depends. You have the analytics nowadays that you can track to see when actually the post was most successful and what time. And
Yeah.
remember with the content as well that you can always update and change different parts of content that worked well, basically, when you see the analytics. And you'll see the analytics from anything, from LinkedIn to Instagram and so forth. So
Yeah,
even if
but
you're
you're
not
making it sound like it's easy to check the analytics.
no, I
Like
never
that's
said it.
great.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't think it's easy. That's why
no.
people get paid money to do it. So I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
believe in
exactly.
having paying HubSpot and certain platforms to pay, because the only one that I use the Adobe suite basically for design for our job ads, and also for infographics and so forth, and also another
Mhm.
company called Visme, which is like Canva basically, but I think it's a bit more user friendly, and it
Yeah.
has different graphics, and you have a you can do actual interactive presentations and so forth. So, but in terms of actually paying money for software like that, I never have done, because I don't think it's something that we've actually
No,
seen it's worth
and you
doing.
probably you know about it. So Ozran, we've got a question from Ozran. This is a good question. How do you handle offensive feedback?
Okay, well, you have to normally. I think it's just best to challenge it head on, basically. But
Oh,
obviously,
really?
yeah, because I don't think you should never just be deleting posts. Basically, honestly, I don't
Or
think
delete the
because
comment. I would just delete the comment.
yeah, because you need transparency, I think, in everything you do. I mean, it all
Oh,
depends. If it goes against company guidelines and there's offensive material in terms of swearing and so forth, then obviously that needs
yeah.
to be taken down. But if it's just
Okay.
constructive criticism, then you try and word it in such a way that actually makes sense, and try and challenge it to see why they're annoyed with something that you've done.
Oh,
Basically,
really?
I always would
Did you?
personally.
Would you? Yeah. Well, yeah, Ozran, if you've had any experience, let us know about that. But yeah, I don't know what I would tend to just delete it and just not feed it anything, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've had some then that.
Well, I mean, once I had something, yeah, but it was just I was talking about what was I talking about? Recycling or something, and somebody just put this really weird comment, and I was just like, it was really like aggressive, and I thought, where on earth did that come from? So I just deleted their comment and blocked them, and that was it. I
Yeah.
just thought I don't want to get
Maybe
involved with this, you know.
maybe that's sometimes the best thing to do then. It depends how offensive on a scale of 1 to 10 we're talking, but
Well, I can't remember exactly, but it was just really aggressive, and I just had no idea. It didn't make any sense whatsoever.
okay.
So I just thought, let's just get rid of this.
Yeah.
I don't want to entertain it at
Yeah.
all. So Is this your friend? Because I can't see. I find
Oh,
I
right,
find
okay.
less
I'm
is
not sure who
more
this
with
is. It just says
posts.
LinkedIn user, but
Oh yeah, same for me. Yeah, I find less is more with my posts. No more than a couple of times a week on LinkedIn, and try if possible never to edit a post once you have published it.
yeah,
Algorithm
true. I mean, that
might
just
slow it
affects the
down.
algorithm then, yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
always edit. And include as few links as possible, taking people outside of LinkedIn in posts. Rather put those in the first comments. Oh, that's a good point. And
I
if you
always
have
do
a
that.
video,
That's the most
do you?
important thing because it just bumps you up the algorithm then. Anything that takes you off a social media platform in terms of links, unless it's something that you can
Oh,
get likes for straight away that you know is going to be a hit, basically. So
I didn't know that. And if you
then,
have a video, keep it short and upload it into the post. Lincoln loves
yeah,
that.
definitely.
Again,
I'd
not just
say
the link.
for videos as well, if you can keep it under a minute, 30 seconds to 45 seconds would be perfect, in all honesty, just because it's just that seems to be what works best for the algorithm. But I'd always say to post any links as comments, basically, because
Oh,
then
I
that
didn't know
doesn't
that. But
affect the
sometimes you
algorithm.
don't see the comments, the links in the comments, because
I
then
don't
somebody
know.
else can comment.
I think people being more aware and being more voyeuristic, maybe, because you can see now the amount of people, say, when I post something on Instagram, from a personal basis, this is talking about, I'll have a lot of
Yeah.
people that will view it, but they're not actually posting content. So a lot of people like to look at that stuff. And I think that's the same for comments because they obviously want to see what's being written underneath, basically.
Yeah,
So
that's
see.
true. That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've got another question here. When do I need to pay for advertising, and when should I not pay? That's a
Um,
good question, actually. Yeah. How much money should you spend on advertising?
I
Or should
mean,
you spend money on advertising?
you should do, but done in the right way, it can work because for my local charity that I work for, Hearts Ability, we use Facebook advertising. We use that to target certain demographics, basically, in certain areas in the UK, and that works well. But we only have a monthly budget of between 50 and 75 pounds, basically, which doesn't sound like much, but you have other stuff that's going towards the marketing budget in terms of events and so forth, which seems to be gains us more traffic for the charity. So, sorry, what can you just read out the question again? Sorry to say.
Yeah. No, that was it. How much money should I spend on
Oh,
advertising?
I
How
think
do
it
I
all
know
depends. You
when
just
to
need to
spend?
make sure that you clued up basically with the advertising because everything is different. It's harder, it seems, on LinkedIn in terms of targeting. Facebook is pretty easy, but the results they give you are so strange that you will be targeting people in different areas and having a wide reach, but none of these are actual focused customers. So it doesn't make any sense and you're just wasting money. So you just
Mm,
need to make sure that it's focused on the right areas and actual per platform. I can't talk
yeah,
about different platforms in terms of X and so forth now, but I don't
yeah,
know. The algorithm on X is crazy at the moment. And
yeah.
yeah.
Another question. How many posts should I post a day? That's actually a good question because some people I know post twice a day.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's completely up to we have to as a company because we have a lot of jobs coming and it's in our interest to post and let candidates know about these jobs. So we're posting more on Manning Global and it works for us as our strategy.
Yes,
But
yes.
also, if for some companies, they'll have just one focused post per day, and that's fine, basically. I would say
Mm.
at least one a day if you can, because I think it
7
just
days a week.
no, sometimes you won't have to at the weekends. It depends if there's
Yeah,
anything
I
important
don't
you
at the
need
weekend.
covering in terms of any social media events and so forth. So
Yeah, and you
even every
mentioned
1 or 2 days
about
would be fine. So
okay, and you mentioned about being authentic on LinkedIn.
yeah,
How authentic? Because I mean, do you just want to tell everything?
I
Like
just mean authentic
how
as in
authentic?
I don't want to read stuff written on ChatGPT because it doesn't have any emotion. So you can tell that it's written by a robot, even just down to the hyphen that people use. If you can see that it's a longer hyphen, you know, well, you can tell when stuff is written by ChatGPT.
You can, can't you?
It can help, and it can help with research and so forth, but it shouldn't just be the tool that you use because then it
Yeah.
loses authenticity.
Then it's just
I'd ra-
robots talking to robots, because then you'll
I
get
know exactly. I'd
ChatGPT to
rather be
comment.
learning finding out what someone's learned in terms of their challenge that they've had at work and so forth, and how they've actually gone about this, and it's written in a different, funny way, rather than it just being written by a robot. But that's just personal preference.
No, you're right. You're right. And Oswin says, my experience, software engineer, Stack Estate site. I asked my first question there. For a few days, I was debating about that question. The environment gradually became toxic, so I had to report one of the answers as offensive. Now I'm not sure if that was the best action to take. I'm afraid that it can make me persona not grata from the very start.
I think it's just honesty is the best policy in everything. So I don't think.
I don't know. Is it? I don't think honesty is the best policy.
I always do. I made it my thing. What do you call it? Not to lie much now, if at all. So I always get in trouble with anything now. I tell the truth, 100%. So
yeah, I don't mean lie, but I mean, like, for example, how authentic to be on LinkedIn. Like, would you?
I mean, you don't want to tell everyone. You don't want to tell everyone your life story, but that's not what LinkedIn's for, because LinkedIn obviously is a business platform. I think.
Yeah, but people are getting more personal now, aren't they?
I know, and this is not a good thing, because over the years, it's sort of progressed or digressed into business version maybe of Facebook and Threads, which just, I don't know, is not what LinkedIn was for. So
maybe people are craving that authenticity because of ChatGPT.
Maybe, but I don't know.
I don't know. But no, thanks, Matthew. Right, what else do you want to tell us before we go? Because we're running out of time.
If I can put links in to help people, basically, and if they need to reach out to me, you can just find me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, put all your links, link to LinkedIn and link to your articles.
You'll have all the resources on blog.manningglobal.com, and there's also two people that we've used and worked with a lot on the blog, which can help you with these free materials as well. One's called Austin Belkak, and he's from a company called Cultivated Culture, and the other one is Madeline Mann, whose username is I'll have to double check, sorry, because I'm not sure if she changed it.
Yeah, if you just put
self-made millennial, basically. But I've got these links I can put in, but I don't know whereabouts can I share these. Sorry,
you have to put them on the post, on the LinkedIn post.
Okay, cool. Okay, so people can reach out to me direct on LinkedIn, Matthew Elliott, or you can type in Englishman in Zagreb into Google, and you'll see the.
We'll put that on the post as well, so people can just click on it. But before we go, can you just say one thing that we must know about personal branding? What's the most important thing in your experience?
Nothing, just that you need to make sure. No, sorry. In terms of like consistency, you just have to be consistent with everything that you do. In terms of your posting times, in terms of how you actually are thinking about things with it, basically. So it just has to be consistent with your personal brand, basically, what you're trying to achieve.
So consistency is the most important thing. We can't be consistently rubbish. What if you're consistently rubbish?
Then you need to give up and put down the computer for a little while.
Okay, no, thank you so much, Matthew. So yeah, if anybody has any comments or questions, please about personal branding, please message Matthew directly. Matthew's going to put all of his links on the post, so you can contact him. You can read.
I'll do that straight away. So it's done.
Yes, brilliant. No, thank you so much, Matthew. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No problem. I mean, literally, if anyone needs to reach out to me, if you have any questions about what I've just said, or if you need any help with anything, please just let me know, and I'll do my best to assist, basically. So amazing.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Look after yourself, and thank you, everybody, and I'll see you next week.
Okay, take care. Thank you.